Welcome back, it's Nine, and today we are going to be discussing this new rumor regarding PlayStation 6. We're going to be discussing Street Fighter 6 and its exclusivity, and lastly, we'll be talking about Horizon Forbidden West and the large amount of sales that it has made in this short time frame that it's been out. Now, let's kick it off with PlayStation 6 and this rumor that I am very doubtful is real, but I'm going to cover it anyway because it has been circulating and people are talking about it. Now, allegedly, this was posted on Reddit and then removed. So I can't even give you the Reddit link, but it does come from Josh over on Twitter at Liquid Titan. So if you want to check that out, I'll have that in the description as well. So basically, the rumor is that there is no PS5 Pro. We know that there was a rumor that there was going to be a PS5 Pro, but I was kind of on the fence about it, and the reason for that was because the PS4 Pro was due to the CPU being so weak and just the console kind of launching in a state where there were some weaknesses to it, whereas with the PS5, that's not the case. It's a very powerful machine. It's going to last the 6 to 7 years. The other two things that they talk about is that there's going to be 54.6 teraflops. Yes, you heard that right, 54.6 teraflops. That doesn't sound so far-fetched just because, you know, we're talking like 6-7 years down the road. That's pretty far away, so technology is advancing like crazy. So we could get there where that is practical. We also have 32 gigs of GDDR7 memory. Another thing, by then, this would be the standard, so it makes sense that we could see these specs. Do I believe that any of this is real? I'm going to say no. I'm doubtful. I do believe the PlayStation 6 is in development. I wouldn't be surprised about that. They usually start development of the next project shortly after they launch projects, sometimes even before, but typically as of late, it seems to be after they launch their current gen platform. So the PS6 is definitely in development. I'm not in any doubt for that at all. Like, I am fully aware that that is a possibility. I doubt these specs are real, though. And I think the reason is that, first of all, it's so early. It is so early in production, number one. Number two, the amount of people that probably know anything about what's going on with the PS6 or whatever the next platform is going to be is only the development team and the people really closely knit with that development team. I don't think there's going to be insiders on this one, not just yet. Now, when we get to a year, 2 years out from the release, yeah, you're more likely to hear things. You know, components are out there. They're getting ready to start producing these things and eventually shipping them, so things start to leak then. But this early on, there is no way that this is legitimate, at least not in my opinion. Now, I could be wrong, very well, I could be, but I'm doubtful. So I'm very skeptical of this rumor, but I did want to cover it and put it out there for you guys, for you to know what's happening right now, what's being discussed. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'm curious how you all will feel about this. But on to the next topic, which is Street Fighter 6. So it's official. Capcom was teasing Street Fighter 6. We talked about this previously in 2 videos. That was the expectation, that Street Fighter 6 was it. And sure enough, it's Street Fighter 6. They did drop a collection as well, but we're going to talk about Street Fighter 6. So now that it's official, we know Street Fighter 6 is coming. We also know that there's been no platforms announced. If you guys remember, Street Fighter 5 was funded by Sony, or partly funded by Sony, and it would not have happened without Sony. So it ended up being a PS4 and PC exclusive and remained that way up until today as well. So Street Fighter 6 is up in the air. Is this going to be a PlayStation 5 and PC exclusive? Or is this going to be completely multi-plat with Xbox in the equation and maybe even Nintendo Switch? Well, according to Jess Corden, he says on Twitter, don't bet on seeing Street Fighter 6 on Xbox in my opinion. Sounds like that's just his opinion. Nick of Xbox Era says, I was told a year ago it was money-hatted, so I'm still expecting that to be the case. Now, if this is correct, then yeah, it still would definitely be the case. And I could totally see Sony locking down that game and that relationship, because you got to think about it here. You know, Street Fighter is huge for EVO. You know, Sony has ownership of EVO. And of course, they're going to want to have the biggest EVO fighter, which I believe it is the biggest EVO fighter, on their platform exclusively, and also obviously on PC. It's going to be a big advantage for them. So I think it makes sense for them to go that route. I could totally see this being a PS5 PC exclusive, but we also don't have any information so far about it. So it's still up in the air. We don't know. But according to these two, it's a possibility, or they believe if so, that it's going to be the case, that Street Fighter 6 is going to be a PS5 PC exclusive. But time will tell, and we're going to know soon. In the summer, they plan to announce more. Who knows? Maybe that's a PlayStation event that they do it at, or maybe they do it in their own way through their YouTube channel or some other means. Regardless, we're going to find out soon enough. Now, next up, I want to talk to you guys about Horizon Forbidden West. They're making huge numbers, huge waves. It's the second biggest PS5 launch in the UK. 68% on PS5, 32% on PS4. You got to understand, these are not digital sales numbers. These are just physical sales, and these are only box sales for the UK. So we don't have all the numbers globally, but I imagine that they're going to be very impressive. This is originally coming from gamesindustry.biz, so these numbers are very reliable. And I think that we're going to see more come out soon enough. And I think that as long as these numbers are as big as I'm expecting, I think they're going to be throwing it all over the place. They want everybody to see that, yes, Horizon Forbidden West is doing crazy numbers. And of course, that's not a surprise to me. We see that single-player narrative-driven experiences, when done exceptionally well, sell exceptionally well. People love them. People desire to play these games. Multiplayer games are great, but single-player games will never be dead, and they'll always have a place in the industry. So I think that this is not a surprise to me, especially with how well-crafted Horizon Forbidden West is. I've been playing it. I've got about 5 or 6 hours in. I am very busy, so I haven't had enough time, unfortunately, to really get into it. But the amount that I have played, I am so impressed. Graphically, the world, the immersion, the gameplay, everything is exceptional. And all I want to do is play this game. In fact, so much so, I'm going to have to push Elden Ring back because there's no way I'm going to get through Horizon Forbidden West the way I want to get through it by the time Elden Ring is out on Friday. So I'm really impressed with this game. The numbers are incredible. I think that we are going to continue to see big numbers from this title. And of course, with God of War Ragnarok coming out soon, we're going to see incredible numbers there. So PlayStation and Sony are going to continue to put out these incredible stats and these incredible first-party games that we are getting used to. Like, honestly, I feel like they just do it so differently. I'm not saying other publishers or other dev teams don't make good games. There are lots of great games out there, but there's something about PlayStation Studios where their games are just something else. They got that secret ingredient. You know, Horizon Forbidden West is a great example of it. Spider-Man is a great example of it. Ratchet & Clank was really good as well. Returnal, another great example. Like, we already have so much that's come out on the PS5 that has really delivered on the experience that I don't know what it looks like 4 to 5 years from now when they've really got their hands on this hardware and they know how to use it to its full advantage. And I think that we're going to see that with the upcoming titles after this round of games. So Spider-Man 2 is definitely going to show that. Wolverine is going to show that, you know. That's just Insomniac Games. Whatever Naughty Dog is working on is also going to be a great example, as they are just masters at crafting these single-player experiences that continue to surprise us. Even with The Last of Us Part 2, on the technical side of things, we're always finding new things in this game in terms of like minute details that really shine and surprise us. So I think that we're going to continue to see that. I'm really looking forward to the next 4 to 5 years with the PS5. Who knows? I think we're probably looking at a 7-year lifespan, 6 to 7-year lifespan till the next hardware comes out, but time will tell. In any case, that's all I have for you guys in today's video. I would love to hear from you. What do you think of this PlayStation 6 rumor? How do you feel about Street Fighter 6? Do you think this is going to be a PlayStation 5 PC exclusive? And lastly, are you impressed with Horizon Forbidden West's sales? And also, are you impressed with the game? Let me know in the comments. And as always, if you have not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. You can follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Links will be in the description. And share this video with a friend. I will talk to you all on the next one. Take care.